Mary Free Bed is hope.
Rehabilitation.
Caring.
Growing.
Comprehensive.
Mary Free Bed is the place.
Mary Free Bed is history.
Mary Free Bed's home.
Mission.
Mary Free Bed's also our future.
In all the years that I've worked here and in other places, I have never seen any place more committed, top to bottom, to having a mission and living it out every day.
In terms of what we bring to the patients and their families, I have to say hope.
Mary Free Bed is all about teamwork.
Mary Free Bed is the place we care for patients.
Chicken soup for the body and soul. The whole process of helping people function, which is what everybody in this place does. That seems like really valuable life's work. We get to narrow right down to the nitty-gritty. I'd love to be able to walk. I want to be able to speak. I want to be able to feed myself. I want to be able to live independently. And then we get to work right on the bottom line that counts.
We have the opportunity to help people at their lowest moment. We have the opportunity to help them get through difficult times where they think they have no hope. We give them hope. We give them a chance to make the best out of their life and to take them forward.
Hey, Dean.
Hello.
Came to Mary Free Bed directly from home through the efforts of a lovely lady named Gerald Erickson in Benning, who talked to Dr. Fechner, who brought me in as an inpatient.
What I found when I saw him was that he had a medical condition called spasticity and a type of injury to the spinal cord. And that's what we do, and that's what we could help with. The nurses, the therapists, the doctors, we're here to help people, but it's the work that they do and the motivation that they have that really makes a difference. We kind of uncovered his abilities, and then he took the ball and ran with it.
Anybody that's thinking about coming to Mary Free Bed, I would definitely say that you are going to be on the journey of your life, and you're going to get way more than you ever expected. And I would say this has to be the #1 facility in the world.
Patients are here for a while, and they really bond with the hospital and develop a relationship. A lot of our patients are so proud of the fact that they're a graduate, that it's not just being discharged from the hospital, it's graduating. It's meeting their goals and being able to go home.
One of the things that we end up doing that I think is something that goes on all across Mary Free Bed is the idea of motivating our patients and then differentiating that and getting into a point of commitment. Rehabilitation is very, very difficult. People come in broken, literally, emotionally, physically, and they come to us for that hope, with that vision of freedom. And so as a staff, we want to kind of keep their spirits up and encourage, but we actually go a little bit beyond that because you don't always want to do something every day. You don't want to go to work every morning. You want to hit the snooze button, but there's something else that gets you beyond what hurts. And that's where we work with our patients, and where we have to be very diligent of is how do we help them move to a point of commitment. Why should somebody drive an hour or two to come to the pain center? That is very simple, because there is nobody else that does the way we do. There is so much misunderstanding when you think about a pain center or a pain clinic. To my knowledge, there's one other multidisciplinary place in the state that does it like we do. Nobody else in Grand Rapids, nobody else in the greater West Michigan area that I'm aware of that does it the way that we do as a unified team. So if you want these results, come to Mary Free Bed, because we do it differently. It's all we do at the pain center. It's our absolute specialty. It's based on the latest research, decades of experience, and it's a truly unified team where we are all together, constantly communicating about your care.
I was doing what I could to get through every minute of every day.
Brandy was a delightful young mother, teacher with fibromyalgia who really felt that she was losing control, and it left her scared about her future. You know, when we addressed all those things for her, and the exercise and getting her stronger, and it was just what she was looking for. We can really help people get their lives back in the way that Brandy did.
As experts passionate about what we do, it may not be what you think you want, but it's absolutely what you need. And we'll teach you, and we'll explain it to you, we'll hold your hand, we will push you.
Would I recommend it? Absolutely I would. If it You have to put the work in.
I'm just finishing with a guy this week who's like, I don't know, I didn't know. And he's got some stuff still, he's got some anxieties, but he just continues to talk about how he's this new man, or the man he was before is now back. And the joy in his face, and his wife coming in and crying about how things are better. Again, I said it before, there's nothing better.
The brain injury programs at Mary Free Bed are very unique in the nation, and that is truly comprehensive. Not only the therapy, the nursing, the physician, the support services, all specialized for brain injury. We have the beauty of being able to continue those brain injury patients into outpatient therapy, into their home and community therapy, back to their actual homes and back to work. And we're able to follow them not only through that rehabilitation, but also through our clinics for the rest of their lives. Ozzy is now a media star. His story's been told not only all over Grand Rapids, but all over the internet. And here's a gentleman who already had a disability and has overcome many things, not just with his vision, but coming to the United States from another country and having to go through a lot of difficult hurdles through his life, has just one more hurdle. And this guy approached his rehabilitation with energy. His will for getting home was incredible. He never complained, and Ozzy was one of those patients where you just anticipated walking into that room and coming out laughing. The nurses, the therapists, the technician, the orthotist, the prosthetist. The clinical work we do at Mary Free Bed is what is most important.
He was a hit and run accident. He was very impaired with his head injury, and he had lower extremity fractures where he couldn't walk on one of his legs. But once we got the right medicines in him, he started feeling a little bit better. He actually progressed really quickly through rehab. His family seems to be very happy with his progress.
Peggy is a patient who I met through a referral from Ohio State University. She came in with all kinds of deficits and was scared stiff, as were her family. They just didn't know if they could manage it, how to help her. And our team put together just a fabulous treatment program for her, a ton of education of the family. And we sat down with them and said, you can do this, and we're going to help you do this. We got her home just amazingly successfully. I followed up with them just recently. They were thrilled. Everything was going better than they had anticipated. You can't do that without the resources and the expertise that we've developed at Mary Free Bed. It just points to the commitment that Mary Free Bed has to West Michigan and to rehabilitation as a whole.
I met Randy after his amputation. We worked with him on different prosthetics. He finally got a prosthesis that fit him. After he was fit and tolerating the prosthesis, he worked with Jennifer McWayne, one of the experienced amputee therapists, and had a fantastic outcome. He then worked with her on higher level balance and running techniques, and then he used that for one of his goals, which is to hike the Grand Canyon, to bring further awareness of his journey and his rehabilitation and his goals in life.
Sandra Poland came to us. She worked very hard. She was a very dedicated patient. She was able to care for herself in many ways through rehab. She left the hospital and we continued to follow her as an outpatient. When we had the exoskeletal program for patient trial, she was selected to place it. Mary Free Bed have dedicated so many years to take care of spinal cord patients. We are always high touch, but I think we should be high tech.
With my son, we came here not knowing where we would ever be 9 years ago. He has come a long way, and I give a lot of credit to Mary Free Bed. Xander Kohler was originally hurt on September 10th of 2004. We were at DeVos for 15 days, and then we came to Mary Free Bed. We stayed here for a short period of time for intense physical therapy and occupational therapy. After a few weeks of therapy, we were discharged. We went back home to Suttons Bay, Michigan. We did intense therapy for 5 days a week for the first 4 years. After 4 years, he walked. This last February, he had surgery at DeVos with Dr. Fornes.
He developed a progressive crouch and was getting to a point where he almost couldn't walk anymore. Dr. Maple's group reviewed him in great detail, did a wonderful job, and made recommendations about how they thought his gait could be made more functional. So we combined that exam with my office exam, with the gait analysis, and then come up with a game plan surgically.
The added, very objective information that we have time and facility and technology to really scrutinize is much more satisfying because I'm much more certain of the recommendations we can offer.
We have been to the Miami Project in Florida. We've been to the Shriners Hospital in Chicago, and Mary Free Bed has gotten Xander to do more gains than he's received anywhere we've ever been. He's learned to walk with the correct gait. He's learned safe way of life. I mean, he's learned it all at Mary Free Bed. They've got him from the get-go of not walking when he was 1 to where he's 10 years old now, walking better than ever. He's here obviously for the second time, and if need be, we'll be back.
You don't remember every patient you've ever seen, but you don't forget the Aurora Lewises.
Mary Free Bed was crucial in my treatment. I couldn't have done it without them at all, without the Spine Center. They never told me I had to stop dancing forever. They always told me, we're gonna get you back to dance.
From little girlhood to adult womanhood, she has put body and soul into this. And so all you can do is listen to this and hear the loss and hear the function that has been created and destroyed in the process of this miserable pain.
Anytime I even started to take my leg off the ground or bend forward, I just couldn't do it. There was so much pain in my legs. It was kind of devastating, actually, because here I was like living my dream. I was with a professional company and I had to stop.
She's been everywhere and she's done everything and she's talked to good doctors. She's had really good therapy. She's had traditional, she's had non-traditional. She's a desperate woman. And then I'm sitting in front of her and she's looking at me, oh, Obi-Wan, you are my last hope.
They tried different things, and if they didn't work, they tried something different, which was something I've never experienced with any doctors before. And they worked as a team. Like, I didn't just see one person, I saw 3 or 4 different people trying to help me. And I think what was different about that is that everyone I met at Mary Free Bed wanted to get to know me and really figure out why I was experiencing pain. What Jim had me doing was actually bending forward over and over again, over and over, like 20 times, 10 times a day, to stretch out my nerves. One day I woke up and I came into my physical therapy appointment, and Jim went to test my range of motion. He was like, bend over. I bent over and I touched the ground with my hands, and I had no pain. And I stood up and I looked at him and I started crying.
When she can do something that she has not been able to do for month after month, year after year, it really was. It was a huge moment.
As soon as I was better, I contacted my directors from the dance company and told them I'm better, I want to re-audition. I re-auditioned and they gave me a soloist principal contract. There's always room for hope, and you should never, ever give up.
We're all working together to help people get better, get safe, and get home.
And again, it goes back to that idea of commitment, no matter what. I mean, it's your guide. And Mary Free Bed really uses the mission as a guide.
It's just not a robot with experience, it's the dedication and caring aspect of the team that's resulting in these outcomes.
Mary Free Bed is one of the best places in the nation to get back home and get back to your normal life.
We're here to support families and patients for the long haul.
Once you save a life, you need to pick up the pieces and help the individual who's been injured, disabled, what have you, and the family pick up the pieces and put their life together.
For me, the symbol is really commitment.
It's not that the programs are just stagnant. I mean, there's new ideas flowing all the time, and new resources, and they keep up on the latest therapies. And I think that's really important when you want the best rehab for your loved one or for a patient.
The Guild, The various boards have done a good job trying to make sure that they keep the diamond polished, keep looking for ways to use it. This is a pretty unique place, and I'm proud to be a part of it.